Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back for another video in the View into Huck's World. Yes, finally the review of the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Now, some of you have been asking me, how do I like the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra? And I'm going to tell you in this video how it was having the smartphone for the 2 weeks that I've had it. All right. So with that being said, I'm not going to be beating up on this smartphone, but I will be being honest about my experience and my feelings about the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. All right. So, but before we get started, we are going to review and talk about the hardware, and we're going to talk just a little bit about the software, because to me, there is no huge difference in the software. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the specs first. All right, you all, let's talk about the specs. Now, the display size on this smartphone is going to be a 6.9. The resolution is going to be a 1440 by 3088, which looks absolutely gorgeous. You're going to get 12 gigabytes of RAM. You're going to get 128 gigabytes of storage with the option to get 512 gigabytes of storage. There is no in between. You will not be able to get 256 gigabytes of storage with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. The battery size is going to be a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. You're going to get the Snapdragon 865 Plus. You're going to get the 120 hertz refresh rate. You're going to get this awesome camera, right? Which you're going to be able to shoot 8K in the rear camera, and with the front facing camera, you're going to be able to shoot in 4K. So the camera specs is off the charts. We're going to talk a little bit about that a little later on. But you're going to get the normal thing that comes with Samsung devices like Samsung Pay. You're going to get DeX, which is new and improved. You're going to get the S Pen, which is new and improved. You're going to get dust and water resistance. You're going to get a fingerprint scanner. You're going to get the facial recognition. Most of the things that you're going to find on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the Galaxy Note 9. All right, with that being said, let's take a look at the hardware of this smartphone. Let's go ahead, let's dive off into the hardware side of this. First of all, I got to tell you, when I first held this, it reminded me of the Galaxy Note 7. Rest in peace. I love the feel. And first thing we got to talk about, KBHD, my man Jay Wills. I love you both. But listen, do not, Samsung, do not get rid of this curved display. At least keep it on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra version, right? And if you want to put the flat panel on the smaller version, then by all means, that's okay. I love the immersive look that you get from the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra's curved display, and it has the same look on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It feels good in the hand. It feels solid. You're going to get a little bit more of a heavier feel than you do with the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, but it's all premium, right? At the bottom, you got your speaker grill, you got your charging port. The S Pen has been moved. Now, the issue with the S Pen for most people is that they moved it from here to here, and it's kind of awkward simply because it's real easy to take your thumb and push it out, and or your finger when you lift the phone up like this. Now you got to go up under the palm of your hand in order to get to it and finagle it in order to get it out. To me, it's not a deal breaker. It's something that you would get used to over time, but some people have issues. I like the stereo speakers. They brought that back here. Also with this one that you do not get on the Galaxy Note 20, the regular, is that this comes with the SD slot, right? So if you want to add more storage, like 512 more gigabytes of storage, you can that way, which is awesome. Most people are complaining about the camera hump. I thought it would have been an issue as well, right? But if you look at this, it is not as thick as people made it out to be. And depending on how they shot that video, it did make it look kind of thick. But actually, it is kind of nice. It has not been in my way. I like the camera placement look compared to the camera placement look on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. This looks absolutely premium. So this definitely is not a deal breaker and has not bothered me at all. Now, this is going to be a little bit thicker than the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and also it's going to be a little bit smaller, right? And this is how much taller it is compared to the Note 10. The thickness, maybe you can see it. It's a little bit thicker, not that much, right? Again, this has a solid premium feel to it. Now they did move the buttons, right? People are complaining about that as well. They took the buttons, they moved them all the way over from the left hand side to the right hand side. So there's another learning curve there as well. I don't know why Samsung won't leave well enough alone. Maybe it's because of the camera placement. I am not sure. But as you can see on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, it's on the left hand side. Now, do you remember when the power button was here and the volume rocker was here? I wish they had left it like that. That seems more normal, more natural. But the overall look and feel of this device feels absolutely premium in the hand. They dropped the logo down to the bottom, which is nice. Now, for me, I wasn't able to get the Mystic Bronze because that's the color I want. I've been trying to stay away from black. But with Sprint, at least with Sprint, from what I know, because this is what they told me, that with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I was not able to get any other color but black. Now, if they were lying to me, I am not sure. But I even went down to the store and I talked to a couple of people and they looked into it and all they saw was the black. Again, I wanted something different. But as I got this color and I started to take a look at it in the light, it has a nice gunmetal look to it that you really can't see right here. This is not a jet black color. In this gunmetal look, this dark gunmetal look, absolutely looks gorgeous. I like it. It's grown on me. Again, still, I would like the Mystic Bronze, but I like this one, right? Now, the screen, right, so far as the brightness is concerned, is going to be brighter on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, right, which looks gorgeous. When I'm watching the video, it's a lot brighter. The picture is a lot sharper. So there is a difference in the display and the resolution quality, but still, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is no slouch. If you're coming from the Galaxy Note 9, the Galaxy Note 8, the Galaxy Note 5, then you might want to stop and check out the Galaxy Note 10 Plus because there's going to be a price difference between the two. Of course, this one is going to definitely be on sale, so you might find a great deal, especially if you're not into all the others. Now, I have not gotten into DeX, but I have used DeX, right? But I'm not going to dive deep off into that one for those of you all who are DeX lovers. But if you want to stream like your screen to the actual TV, you can. So if you have videos on here, pictures on here that you want to show somebody, it does look nice. It's easy to do. You don't have to go through a lot of trouble or find any cords to plug up. That's what makes this convenient. But we will talk about the S Pen. Now, the S Pen, I think they could have did something else, right? They didn't really add any other features, but the main thing that they did was they beefed up the standby time on this. I believe is 24 hour standby battery time. I don't use the S Pen. I think there's a great majority of people that don't use the S Pen, but if you do, then you're going to like this one. They fixed the latency on this one as well, so it writes and catch up with itself a little bit faster. I didn't see a real big deal. I kind of tested it too on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus along with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. I'm going to say it's a little bit smoother, a little bit nicer, but you still get pretty much the same features, right? Now, for me, I think Samsung could have worked on something that was more important than beefing up the S Pen, right? And I'm going to say they could have worked on the facial recognition and the fingerprint scanner. Now, as it is on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, there's an issue, right? There's no real consistency. At some point, over and over again, at a certain length of time, you're going to have to re-sign in with your fingerprints because it is not going to work. Now, the main reason I use it, one, is to open my phone. Two, I also use it to go into my Samsung Pay and my Walmart Pay, right? But you cannot do that with this one consistently. And it's already happened to me. I use these three fingers, and I use one finger over there just to make it convenient for if my phone is laying on the table, then I can actually go press the fingerprint scanner and open it up. And already within 2 weeks, I'm having issues with it already. I wish Samsung fixate on one thing that's vital, that's important to a user for having a smartphone. Fix that and then worry about the rest later. Like the camera, right? And we're going to talk about that in a second. I think they beefing up the camera was a good thing, right? But 8K video, is this content ready for that? And that's the other thing, right? When you try to make a decision on which one you should buy, the Galaxy Note 10 or the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, or the Galaxy Note 20 for that matter, right? Now, if you're on a budget, I'm going to say Galaxy Note 10 all day if you're coming from the 8 and the 9. But if you're coming from the 8, I would jump straight to the 10, because the 10 is a beast in the battery department. Now, the battery on this one, I actually did a review on it. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so you guys can go check that out. But the battery on here is pretty much almost no different from what you're going to get on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now, I test all batteries, right? I'm a heavy user. I've tested it being a heavy user and a casual user as well. And the battery life that I get off of the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I'm getting off of the Galaxy Note 10. No joke. So if you want this for battery, remember, it's only a 4,500 milliamp hour battery compared to the 4,000 that's on this one. Now, my issue is why does Samsung not at least at minimum 5,000, if not 5,500 milliamp hour battery, especially considering the money that we're shelling out for this smartphone. Now, this just might be my last smartphone, considering Samsung really didn't upgrade a lot. Now, the major things that were upgraded was the S Pen, DeX, and the camera. Now, you also get something that's called Music Share. So if you're into sharing music, you got Music Share right here. You still got Dolby Atmos, Edge lighting, Bixby routine. And that's another thing. Why couldn't they tackle Bixby and make Bixby more useful? Because Bixby has great potentials to be the best AI ever, right? But Samsung, again, minor updates, nothing major, and Bixby remains the same, right? Now, let's talk about it, right? Your settings. There's no difference in your settings display. Of course, when you go in display, you are going to get your motion smoothness. But is there a big difference in the motion smoothness, right? Compared to standard? Right? See, I didn't activated Bixby on the Galaxy Note 10, but there's no real big difference. Yes, it's a little bit smoother, but do you really need that? Because your battery also gets affected by the motion smoothness, at least through my testing, right? So I leave it on standard because I need to have it in QHD so far as the quality is concerned on here. Again, you get dark theme mode that I love. I keep it in dark theme mode, but all your settings are pretty much going to be absolutely the same, except for a few other tweaks that Samsung has added into this, right? So is it worth the upgrade? I'm going to say yes and no. It's all based off of your budget. It's all based off of who you are as a tech person. And if you're a Samsung fan like I am, because I'm Samsung to the casket drop, so upgrading was a drop in the bucket. But considering for what they upgraded to, I'm going to tell you I was disappointed. But I did need more storage, and I do use my phone as a camera. And that's one or a couple of the main reasons why I updated to the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. All right, now I was hoping the battery will be a little bit better, but it is not. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's dive off and check out the camera. All right, you all, let's check out this camera, right? Now, for me, I always like to look at this in full, right? So I keep it full so that I get a full look at this. Now, this is a 108 megapixel camera. This is absolutely gorgeous. It shoots in 4K, and I've took some videos, and the video quality on this smartphone is absolutely gorgeous compared to what you're going to get on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, right? So if you're into a camera or taking photos and videos, then definitely you might want to upgrade to this one, right? But let's check out the specs. Now, going into the specs, right? I mean, you can optimize it. The same thing you could do on the Galaxy Note 10, right? But when you start to go off into the resolution, here's where it gets really good. I want to shoot in 8K, and 8K is set. I go to the resolution, and this is what I have been shooting in over the weekend. And there's a huge difference in shooting in 8K, 4K, and 2K as well, or just normally full HD. It looks absolutely awesome. Same thing for the front-facing camera. It's going all the way up to UHD. This looks absolutely awesome as well. I took some selfie photos, took some selfie videos, and this phone definitely outperformed itself. So the settings on here are pretty basic. You get auto HDR, you get the self tone, you get that on the Galaxy Note 10 as well. The only difference is that this has a periscope on it, and you can set this up however you want to set it up as well. So if I want to go into the settings and I want to drag, let's say, live focus, just in case you don't know where this feature is, and you can just drag it. I even took a video in super slow-mo and it was definitely fun playing with this one. I had my daughter with me. We were testing the camera, was actually doing some video tests, and I'm gonna tell you, I was definitely impressed with the camera on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Now remember, I definitely shoot all my videos with my smartphone until I can get a camera that's going to shoot in the quality that I would like to shoot it in. So this is my main shooter, and it definitely does an awesome job compared to what I'm normally used to getting on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. All right, you all, that's going to be it for the camera. I don't have much to say about it, but just check out some of these photos and videos and tell me what you think in the comment section down below. All right, you all, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. And if it was, please make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And if you want to see more videos like this one, then by all means, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all again at the next video. Take care.